Hey there, welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. My name's Scott. I'd like to go just look around my summer garden today. Not even a tour, just a, hey, let's go work in the garden. I got to top dress some corn and take a look at how my squash is coming up. Why don't you come along with me? These are bird peppers. They're very hot. Probably about a cayenne, maybe a, I don't know. I tried them the other day and man, they were pretty hot. Hotter than I expected, so they might be like a cayenne. A little more than a jalapeno. Maybe a very potent jalapeno. But I'm going to collect these and dry them. They look like good drying peppers. Not a whole lot. But I'm going to let those sit out here in the sun on this metal sheet, and I'm going to let them dehydrate. Getting in here and finding a lot of beans today. Of course, as soon as I say that, I don't find any on this plant, but the one next to it gave me a lot of little beans. Come in here and take out some of this nutsedge while I'm at it. But yeah, harvesting beans, you got to get in here and really search on these bush beans because they're hidden down in there, and they like to grow kind of hidden. There we go, just little bitty beans down in here. They make a good little meal. If you keep a bean plant well picked, it'll keep producing for you. On today's edition of What's in the Compost, well, let's take a look. My family doesn't like split peas, but we got a whole bunch of split peas given to us for free, and I thought, you know, if we're not going to eat them, we should use them. So these peas have been hydrated to soak them overnight, and I actually like them. The rest of the family doesn't, so I figured the bulk of them are going in the compost. Might as well feed them to ourselves by putting them through our garden first. So that's in the compost today. I've got some shredded up leaves from a couple of trees on the property that I ran through the shredder. I'll show you another shredder I've got. Picked up a paper shredder, and they're not expensive. Now all the paper we go through, and we go through a lot of paper, I can shred and I can put through this thing and throw them in the garden. That's a good source of carbon, and I'm always trying to find carbon because I've got an abundance of nitrogen with my lawn clippings, but I never have enough carbon. So here you can throw papers. I've got a couple of books in there that were pretty lousy books, and so yeah, now I'm gonna cull bad books out of the system while at the same time feeding my garden. Got a food container from one of the worst managed restaurants in the city of Pearland. My daughter happens to work there, and so we'll throw that in. These fibrous containers are really good compost. All right, what's going in the compost today is shredded papers, shredded cardboard, and down under here I have some whole wheat spaghetti noodles that we're not going to eat. We got these for free again. Somebody just dropped off a bunch of food. So I hydrated them. We're going to put them in here, and we're going to eat them in our plants. These days it's hot, and summer's really settled in. The tomatoes are they're blooming, but most of the blooms aren't setting fruit because it's just too hot. We've got a little bit of a break. We had kind of a cool front come through and drop the temperatures from about 99 where they were last week to about 90 this week, and so that's been a nice break. The breeze is actually cool when you're in the shade. Unusual for June, but hey, we'll take it because it's going to get much hotter. So as we settle into our summer pattern, I need to water my garden almost every day unless we have some rain. Rain is always a nice gift in the summertime. Some summers we get it in the afternoons pretty regularly, and don't have to worry about watering then. But as I look through my garden now in the summer, all the cucurbits like the squash and the cucumbers, they get real sad looking in the heat of the day, and they just naturally do that. They look like they're wilting and look like they need water. Generally they don't, but I tend to water every day anyway. The beans, the cowpeas are coming up. They'll do fine through the heat of the summer, and that's why I put them in there. Cowpeas make a great cover crop as well.
They'll hold you over through the summer and shade the soil and keep the soil from cracking up and drying out and all the weeds taking over. Cowpeas are nitrogen fixers and you can use them as a green manure. The entire plant is edible, but the cowpeas are really delicious. Southern peas, people call them. Black-eyed peas, purple peas, zipper creams, things like that. Great pea, awesome for summer. And you can just keep planting them throughout the summer and they'll grow in almost any kind of soil. Great beginner's garden to start your new garden and to amend the soil, get it going.
So I've been emptying out my compost hoop on the other side of the house where I used to compost, and down in the bottom, man, there's some wonderful stuff. I remember throwing some pieces of log and a bunch of real woody stems and pieces of wood down in the bottom of here, and then on top of that I threw a bunch of tomato plants and potted plants complete with their soil ball down in here. So I've got some potting soil down in here that left behind this all these little bits of perlite. But man, look what I pulled out of here. This is some good stuff. This has been sitting over here brewing for about a year. There's paper, leaves. These have been compacted down, come home for all kinds of fungal life. There's a brown snake there. There's a rough earth snake. These guys love this stuff. They eat the worms. I got worms in here about as big as he is. We'll let him go find somewhere to live. Just discovered on my hand I got some fire ants in here too, and I'm probably standing in them. But this is good stuff for my garden. So I'm going to take this over and I'm going to put it in my corn bed, because corn's a heavy feeder. I'm just going to spread it around as a top dressing, and I'm going to let it continue to compost in place. Basically mulching with compost over here, because this compost is not quite broken down all the way. It's still pretty chunky. It's got a lot of wood in it, so I don't want that wood buried in the soil and amended in, because that'll tie up a lot of resources as the bacteria go to work on that wood. If I put on top, it'll help and act somewhat like a top dressing of fertilizer, but it'll also act a little bit like a mulch, and will help those weeds be suppressed. Yeah, it's a good thing to have a big batch like that of composty mulch. That fella's gonna go find him a place to live in all this leaf litter. They don't like to be exposed in the light. They like to live down in all this stuff. I've never seen one of those guys ever attempt to bite. See, look at him going under that piece of cardboard there, thinks he's safe. Come on, dude. Here, I got a place for you. Come on. Come on. Right down in there. Look here. Look here. There you go. That's it. Now, I like these guys in here because they take care of slugs. And they eat the pests. Well, an update on the okra. I did fertilize today. I fertilized this with our awful rancid horror brew, and I fertilized that over there, those two with the fish emulsion. So the experiment continues. So far it seems like we're neck and neck. A little bit of slight edge to these guys over here, but I think that's just the variety. But they're all looking good. We may not be able to see any difference at all in this, but we'll keep trying. Today I harvested my cucumbers. I'm going to make pickles tonight. Pretty day in the garden. Pumpkin pits over here are doing pretty good. I want to say they're a little bit greener than the day before, but yeah, these are definitely darkening up. Somebody told me that this mint vines like crazy. This is a mint that's supposed to be a chocolate mint. And I tell you, if you smell your hand, it's one of the Bonnie plants. Yeah, it smells like mint chocolate ice cream.
Check this out. Giant Marconis coming in. I like these. I like to let these Marconis get red. This plant's really a little small to have big fruit like this. He's not doing well because I don't have him in enough sun, so I'm going to move him and put him where he can get some sun. Ripen those two big fruits. Yeah, nice little work day in the garden today. It's too hot to work in the direct sunshine now. A typical kind of day in a summer garden now is that I don't get any work done in the heat of the day. I come out in the afternoons when the sun's going down and I got some shade from the house. It's about the only time I can work here. Or I come out early in the morning and I walk around and pick some weeds. I don't spend a lot of time in my garden in the mornings. Got other things to do. But when I'm out here, I bring my coffee, I just pick a few weeds here and there and go back in. And that's pretty much my my daily routine. I would imagine I put in about 30 minutes a day in my garden actually working. And sometimes not even that. Sometimes I just 15 minutes to water everything and that's it. But you know, half an hour is all you need to invest in a garden, especially a small garden like mine. Unless you're on a big project, unless I'm pruning the grapevines, unless I'm doing an up-potting of my fig plants, or I'm putting in a new crop, or I have to build a trellis or something like that, turning the compost heap. You know, things like that can take you an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Maybe you can spend all day on working in the garden. But generally I just spend about half an hour on the garden, especially in the summertime. It's just too hot. So yeah, I'm real pleased with it. I'm actually quite happy the way the garden's turning out this year, despite the problems. So there you go. Thanks for joining my Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We really like your subscriptions, and hit that bell. You'll be notified when we post another video. Posting frequency may slow down in the heat of summer. I don't know yet. I hope not. I've always aimed for 2 to 3 videos a week. It might drop down to 1 if it's just too hot to get out here. But yeah, hit us on Instagram and Facebook as well. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.